Hey everyone, welcome again to another weekly podcast. This week we're talking websites for 2024 and everything you need to know. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of Joe, and let's start talking websites. Well, the biggest news that we have this week is we finally come up with a name for the podcast, and we're calling it Over Caffeinated with Trevor. How do you love that? Over caffeinated, because we're bringing the energy, we're bringing the caffeine, the excitement with the information that you're going to learn. So, websites for 2024, we've got these set to 4 things that you want to make sure that your website has to keep you ahead of the curve. And these 4 are in no particular order, but bold, minimal, to the point, and exciting. Be bold. Make sure your website is bold, to the point. We've got to be to the point. People are not going on journeys anymore. They're not going to spend all day on your website. Exciting. Yes, make it exciting. How do we keep them there? And also minimal. The minimalist journey is what people are on today. Next year, you have to be minimal. Don't overload it with stuff. So let's go over each of those points one at a time. Be minimal. I'm old enough to remember when building a website, you wanted to put everything and the kitchen sink on your website. That's because in the old days, what did we used to do? We used to surf the net. We'd spend all day on your website. We'd look at every page. We want to find out about you, what you do at all of your services. Now, we use websites in a totally different way. We need you, the website owner, to solve me, the visitor's problem. Being minimal allows you to eliminate those distractions and that digital junk drawer, shall I say it that way, from your website, and keeping it minimal and to the point so that the searcher, the potential customer, can find what he needs. We live by 3 simple rules. Where am I? Can they solve my problem? And what do I do next? If you're cluttering up your website with junk, then it's getting in the way of my journey, the customer journey. So be minimal with your website and get those customers to the contact page or to call you or to answer that what do I do next as fast as humanly possible. The next thing we want to talk about is bringing the boldness to your website. What do I mean by being bold? Well, I don't just mean make your fonts bold, but that could be one of it. It means be bold. Be bold with your images, big impactful images. Be bold with your font. Be bold with the colors that you use. I mean, hey, we have to start embracing the chaos sometimes with our designs. Younger demographics go crazy with that. That's why TikTok, Instagram, Reels, that's why they're so popular, because it embraces that chaos and it keeps them on there. You need to bring a little bit of that boldness to your website so that we can start and you can start attracting that younger demographic. So for 2024, add a little boldness to your website. Your website needs to be to the point. Again, continuing on with the minimal theme, you can't just be meandering with your words and adding verbose language just to add language to it. Be to the point. Make it as easy as possible. Your website and every page on your website is a directional cop, so to say, for the visitor to your website. They need to know exactly where to go, exactly what to do. If you're confusing your customers, you're losing your customers. Those who confuse, lose. Don't confuse your customer. You confuse your customer by adding stuff. So don't confuse them, be to the point, and help them out as quickly again as you can. Bring the excitement. Remember that old line? I keep getting older, they stay the same age. Well, that's us as companies. As our companies get older, your customer stays the same age. They want excitement. They want things that are maybe moving and pulling their attention to them. You're starting to see that creep into larger websites. You might see a headline where it writes itself and then it backs up and then it rewrites itself again. It's bringing excitement. You might see video in the header. That's a big thing that we've been doing this year. Lots and lots of videos in the headers of the homepage of the website, bringing that excitement, keeping the audience not just on your page, but keeping them captivated, keeping them on there because we want them to go from page 1 to page 2 to page 3. By bringing the excitement, that helps you keep them on your page longer. The old adage is still true. The longer we keep a customer on a page, the more trust we're building with that customer and the more apt they are to hit that contact button, get a quote, or at least continue to follow you. And that's what we want. We want to build trust. Excitement is keeping them on the page, keeping them on your page, keeping them on your site is building that trust. And that is the name of the game. So to recap, we want to be minimalistic in our design. We want to bring the excitement with our design. We want to be bold and we want to be to the point. So do all of those things with your website for 2024, and I promise you, customers will start calling.